To receive credit for a certificate of completion for ticket dismissal and/or an insurance discount, you must complete the registration process at WirelessDefensiveDriving.com as required by the Texas Education Agency. You may continue to access this information for entertainment purposes only, but unless you register, you will not receive credit or a certificate for insurance or ticket dismissal.
The following presentation is brought to you by WirelessDefensiveDriving.com. And we're back. Welcome once again to the Terabyte Theater and your host, Chuck Sheffield.
Thank you, Mr. Phone, and welcome, panel. Let me introduce them once again in case anyone has forgotten who these fine folks are. There's Tony Ramirez, who performs with Shakespeare Dallas and also under Main Theater.
Hello, Chuck. Hello, Pano. Hello, traffic offenders everywhere.
Here's the lovely and talented Miss Kathy Whiteman, producer for Irving Community TV and a professional storyteller.
Hello, Chuck, and the rest of you panelists. I am excited about teaching some special skills today.
That's good news, Kathy. Say hello to your friend of mine, Miss Judy Truesdale.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Judy is a writer, a reporter, and a comic performer, and in her spare time, she is here with us in the Terabyte studio.
Delighted to be here, Chuck, and my colleague.
Here, here.
Do you feel lucky? Do you feel competitive? Oh, I hope so, because it's time to do battle in a game of Quiz of the Caller. I'm going to ask a question and take a call from a listener who thinks he or she has the answer. Each one of you will have a chance to agree or disagree. It's kind of like Hollywood Squares without the has-been actors of Charles Nelson Riley.
Oh, I like it already. Oh, I feel like channeling my inner Paul Lynde. You're crazy. Circle gets the square.
I'm ready to roll.
Our topic for this segment is perceptual skills needed for driving. Now, ready? Here's the first question. To be a safe driver, you must constantly use your perceptual skills. You must use all your senses to evaluate and interpret the environment around you. Your blank is the most important sense for driving.
Chuck, you have a caller on the line.
Caller, are you there?
Hello, is this Chuck? I'm calling to answer the question, please.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Of course, it's your vision. This is an insulting question. It's so ridiculous. You have to be able to see to drive a car. What in the hell in the world?
Panel, what do you think? Is vision the most important of the senses?
I'm going to hazard a guess and say yes. The caller is absolutely right. In fact, if I remember correctly, about 90% of what a driver IDs is through his or her sense of vision.
That's right, Judy and caller.
Yay.
While standing stationary, your field of vision is 180 degrees or more. But as your speed increases, your field of vision decreases.
How much does it decrease? Like at 20 miles per hour, how much is your field of vision reduced?
To a whole 2/3.
Dude, what about 40 miles per hour?
2/5 of your normal seeability.
That is really surprising. And so is your use of the word see-ability.
It's really remarkable. At 60 miles an hour, your vision is reduced to 1/5. So what should you do to detect possible dangers while driving? Yes, caller, go ahead.
Use your mirrors.
Judy, what do you think?
Well, sure. Use your mirrors. That's why they're there.
Nope, sorry. Although it is important to use your mirrors, we're looking for move your eyes from side to side.
Oh, I'm sorry, caller. I steered us wrong.
That's okay. I'll call back.
Perception time is how long it takes for you to see and recognize a hazard. Lack of attention or failure to perceive a hazard in time is a major cause of crashes. Now, when you misinterpret visual cues, you increase your perception time and reduce the amount of time you have to react to a situation. When you have less time to properly react to a situation, your chance of serious injury or death in a crash increases. Does that make sense?
It does. We're supposed to know how to use our eyes when we're driving. And it's stupid to just rely on central vision, straight ahead when scanning the environment. We're supposed to use our peripheral vision, too.
Boy, some people can't say that word.
What word?
Peripheral. Haven't you ever heard somebody say peripheral vision?
I have. That's you guys are cold.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, okay, now we're moving on to another sense, hearing. Please name 5 things your hearing can do to alert you to which hearing can alert you.
Another caller's on the line.
Hello, caller.
Yes? Are you wanting some things that hearing can tell you?
Yes, we are.
Emergency vehicles, motorcycles. Wait, don't tell me. Car horns, train signals, and what is the other one? Crossing signals.
What do you think, Tony?
I think the caller is absolutely right.
She is, and you are.
Right, yeah.
Your hearing can also alert you to problems occurring near you, like screeching tires or crashes. You may hear a problem with your own vehicle before seeing the impact on your driving. A tire blowout, engine knocking, backfiring, or failing altogether, for example.
What about the car radio?
Well, you should keep it at a sensible volume and don't wear earplugs or headphones. And this is a big one. Try to keep the children from being disruptive.
Keep them occupied with a book or something and out from under the gas pedals.
Yeah,
My daughter always loved to ride in the car and was usually pretty good.
It's important for the driver to be able to hear. It's simple as that. Listen outside the vehicle for strange noises from your engine or for other people's children outside the vehicle who are playing and may dart into the road, for example.
Oh, got it.
Okay, moving on to the next sense, the sense of touch. How can you use this sense to help you be safe and perceptive driver? I see line 1 blinking. Caller, go ahead.
Yes, the sense of touch allows one to feel the conditions of the road while holding the steering wheel. It can alert one to trouble, such as a flat tire, loss of traction, or wheels out of alignment.
What do you think? Ladies, is the caller right or wrong?
He was sure authoritative. I think he knows what he is talking about.
I'm going to say the same thing. We vote yes.
Indeed so. The caller was spot on. Are you still there, caller?
Oh, yes, I am.
What other portion of the car can alert you to a potential problem?
Do you mean through the sense of touch?
Yes.
Through the windshield? If you put your hand on it and it is hot, you should pull over.
Wait, I don't think so. I think that's your door in the middle of the night if you smell smoke.
I know, I was just messing with you.
Caller.
I don't really know the rest of the answer, and by the way, I'm calling from inside your house.
Jokers
I gotta
everywhere.
go.
The correct answer is you can feel the vibration through the seat, steering wheel, or even the seat belts. It can alert you to a potential problem.
I like that caller.
He was funny.
Yes.
Moving on to the
Creepy.
sense of smell. This is true or false? The sense of smell is the strongest of the 5 senses humans have.
Oh, I don't think so. I think vision is stronger.
Well, we didn't take a call, but I guess we can keep this one in the family. Do you agree with her, Judy, Tony?
I'm not sure, to tell you the truth. I guess I would say vision is stronger.
I don't know. Smell sure can take you back to a time or place. I'm going to say true to that statement, Chuck, the one about smell being the strongest sense.
And you would be correct.
Sweet action.
Well, how about you?
Smell can often be the first sense to detect signs of trouble while driving. The smell of gas, steam, or antifreeze leaking or boiling over, metal coming into contact with more metal, burning rubber, or gas have distinct odors. This should alert you to trouble.
Well done, Jude.
Thank you.
Next, let's talk about reaction abilities. You must be able to react quickly to unforeseen hazards that may appear at any time while driving. Your driving performance will be affected if you take longer to recognize a hazard and react to the situation. Agreed? Agreed. Okay. So your reaction time is how long it takes from when you first see a hazard until you react to it, like swerving, stepping on the brakes, and so on. And here's the question. Oh, wait. There's a caller on the line, and I haven't even asked the question yet. Caller?
Yes, hello, Chuck.
Under perfect conditions, the average driver will take about how long to identify a hazard?
You know, I feel a little silly because I thought you were going somewhere else with this question, but, oh, well, I'll give it a guess. I think it takes 2 seconds.
No way, that's too long. I say 3/4 of a second.
And you would be correct. Sorry, caller, but try again.
Oh, yes, I will. Thank you for the opportunity.
3/4 of a second, and that's pretty quick. But you need to identify the hazard, decide what action to take, and act. Now, there are 2 types of reaction abilities. 1, simple. There's 1 hazard and 1 decision. 2, complex. Multiple hazards and multiple decisions. It's important to react quickly when you're behind the wheel, okay? Still discussing perceptions. Let's move on to judging speed and distance. Who can define depth perception for our listening audience?
I got this one. It's the visual ability to perceive the world in 3 dimensions. 3D, baby, put on the red and blue glasses, and perceive the distance of an object.
Well said. Safe drivers of cars, buses, and trucks must be able to accurately and instantly judge distance ahead, to the rear, and to the sides.
There's a rule about this. Some number of seconds back that you should be. Man, I don't remember. Is it 5 seconds? And how do you figure that out without getting out a stopwatch?
You're right about keeping your distance, and the rule is 2 seconds.
Oh, okay.
An easy way to make sure is to start counting 1001 after the car in front of you has passed some object alongside the road, like a mile marker or a billboard or something that won't move. Now, if you pass the same object before you reach 1002, you are too close. Got it? Now, during bad weather, we should add some time to that 2 seconds. About how many seconds?
At least 2.
Correct. Add a minimum of 2 seconds and follow with the 4-second gap, or greater if necessary. What are some examples of when it would make sense to use a 4-second or longer rule? Got a caller?
When you can't see because you're behind a truck or there's a curve or a hill.
Panel.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Caller, you're on a roll. You want another?
You betcha.
Is that caller in Alaska?
Another example of when to apply the 4-second rule.
When you're following a motorcycle.
Perfect. Another.
When you, oh shoot. I can't think of another.
Well, you did great, though, didn't she, panel?
Yes, she did.
Very
You were
good.
awesome.
You did a good job.
Hey, I have a guess about another time. What about when you're being tailgated? I mean, somebody's following you too close, not you're on a parking lot at a stadium making hot dogs.
That's right. It's always a good idea to leave a cushion of space between all vehicles ahead, behind, and on each side. Now, panel, that's all for this section. So stick around for defensive driving strategies.
This section also contains video media. If you have previously downloaded the media to your device as an audio podcast or a video podcast, then please watch the video now. The video will automatically play when you log into the quiz. If you have already watched it, clicking on the continue button will take you directly to the quiz. The quiz does have questions pertaining to the video, so be sure to watch it in its entirety.
Driver education, the rules of the road. Driving is a privilege that affords you a great deal of freedom. Roads span our country, just waiting to take you wherever you want to go. However, automobile accidents are a leading cause of death in the United States. To ensure that your car does not become a deadly weapon, you must be aware of the rules of the road. In this program, we'll explain how a driver's physical and mental condition can both affect the safety of everyone on the road. A person's emotional state has a profound effect on the way he or she drives. If you are feeling very emotional and are having trouble concentrating or thinking clearly, it is best to wait to make your trip or to find another method of transportation. Some people get in such a disturbed emotional state while driving that they take unnecessary risks. Road rage occurs when a driver believes that other drivers have made careless mistakes, or that they've been pushy or deliberately rude. They often yell or make gestures toward the other driver, and may drive aggressively in order to retaliate, to the point that they cause collisions. Never let anger take over your body and control your actions, especially when you're behind the wheel of a car. Instead, relax, breathe deeply, and drive carefully. While people are driving, distractions sometimes take their attention away from the road. If you are eating, drinking, changing CDs or radio stations, or putting on makeup while driving, you can easily cause an accident. Using a mobile phone while driving is equally dangerous. If you need to make a phone call from your vehicle, it is best to pull over to do so. Never drive when you are drowsy. There is no reason to risk your life or the lives of others by falling asleep at the wheel. If you begin to feel sleepy while driving, switch drivers. If you are alone, it is important to get some rest, even if it means pulling into a safe, well-lit area, locking your doors, and taking a nap. If it is not safe for you to stop and you must continue driving, distract yourself by listening to the radio and keep your eyes moving on the roadway ahead. You might also stop for a snack or a soft drink and walk around or jog a bit. And if you think these strategies aren't enough, call for someone to pick you up. Some medications cause drowsiness, loss of coordination, and impaired judgment. These include very common medications, such as cold and allergy medicines, as well as prescription drugs. Most of these have warnings on their labels stating you should not operate heavy machinery while the medicine is in your system, or that the drug may cause drowsiness. Heed these warnings and do not drive if your medicine could compromise your alertness. A leading cause of death among teens is alcohol-related collisions. Alcohol impairs a person's ability to make quick judgments and causes a loss of coordination. Driving under the influence of alcohol is not only a deadly practice, it is also illegal. Some young people also try to drive after using illegal drugs, which can be equally dangerous. If you have been drinking or using drugs, do not drive. Call for a taxi. Get a ride with a sober friend or a family member. Or just stay where you are until the effects of the drug have completely worn off. Following the rules of the road is not optional. Before you begin planning that road trip, or even before going to the grocery store, take the time to become familiar with these guidelines. They not only make driving easier, they can save your life.